So, lads, it's looking like the Indiana Fever have signed a perfect player to have beside Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, Dwana Bonner, Tasha Howard, Sophie Cunningham, Lexi Hall. Who else? Sydney Colson still on this team. Damaris Dantas. And whoever they draft in the second round. But. There was always one like thing that maybe could have been an issue with all of this. And the one thing that could have been an issue was the Twitter fingers. We all know about the Twitter fingers. And Bree Turner has gone and turned off replies to her tweets. She's turned off replies to her tweets. There is nothing that makes me more confident that Bree Turner is going to be successful with the Indiana Fever than her genuinely like turning off replies. Because you know if she turns off replies, she's not going to see some of the nonsense. Like, not going to see some of the absolute nonsense that will be said without question in her replies. But if you guys did not see some of the stuff with the Fever, obviously she had her workout, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. But Briana Turner was being interviewed, and this is what she said. And this is like, okay, yeah, this is someone who joined this team specifically, which is good.
I'm really excited. I followed a lot of these players throughout their college careers and professional careers, so it's kind of like full circle moment to be on the same team with a lot of these players again.
Tell me what it was like that, what went into your decision to come here and join what's being built here at the Fever?
I think that the front office and the staff just really had a vision in place, and I felt that I could really complement their vision from the players. You got players like Kelsey Mitchell that was drafted here, that's been here this whole entire time and kind of seen the Indiana Fever built from the ground up. You got players like DB, who's going to be a future Hall of Famer, who deserves way more flowers than she's gotten, that I think is going to be a great compliment. Natasha Howard, I think one of the most athletic forwards in the league. Aaliyah Boston, she's young, but her ceiling is so high. Lexi's also been here a few years, so that's exciting. Sid Colson, one of the most recent players to win a championship, so just bringing that mindset to the team is going to be great. You have Damaris Dantas, who's such a great stretch big that can really just change how the defense guards you. Sophie Cunningham, just a high-energy player that can also stretch the floor as well. Jaylen Brown, who went undrafted but found her way into the league last year.
Jaylen Brown's probably not going to make this roster. Jaylen Brown is having one of the worst professional basketball seasons I think I've ever seen for an import player. If you guys don't understand, import player in non-American leagues. If you are not a local player, you can be an import player, and there's rules about the amount of import players. She might be having the worst season I have ever seen from an import player in pro basketball. I cannot think of an import player who's had a worse season other than when Anthony Bennett went and played for Fenerbahce that time.
And I think to do that is just like remarkable. And of course you have Caitlin. Like, she had such a phenomenal rookie season, so many great accolades. And I think the jumping from season 1 to season 2 players can also make a really big jump. So I'm excited to see her growth from year 1 and year 2. And she hasn't reached her ceiling yet either, so I'm really excited to watch her growth as well.
Talk about you on the court. Like, what sort of attributes do you think you're going to bring, and where will you add to the Fever from last year to this year?
Yeah, I think I'm really just like a calming presence. I feel like I never get too high or get too low. People are like, why don't you smile more? Why don't you get excited? I'm like, I'm just chilling. I'm vibing. Like, I feel like I'm really an observer. But I am really competitive as well. I like to run the floor, like to play defense, like to win. And I think the Fever was a place to be if I wanted to win.
Obviously, Notre Dame alum. Just how does it feel to be back in the state of Indiana? And, do you expect some fans, some Irish fans to be out? What's that looking like for you?
Yeah, the fandom was great when I was in South Bend, and I know obviously Fever fans are known to fill up Gainbridge Fieldhouse, so I'm really excited for that. I mean, I would say Indiana is such a big basketball state. The fan bases, they go full out for their teams. I've only been there a couple of days, and I've been stopped out in the public. People asking, where do you play for? I say the Fever. They're like, oh my God, the Fever! Like, and they get really excited. So it's really fun to have a community that's so excited about their local sports team.
So yeah, perfect interview. Absolutely perfect interview from Bree Turner, who obviously is there doing the normal thing. She obviously, the rite of passage of, going to a Pacers game did not happen. But obviously, Bree Turner going straight in. And the first thing, obviously, it's like literally what happens. They walk in and they see the whole like thing in their training facility of like welcome to basketball country, whatever it says with their face all over it. Then they go to the change room to see their jersey, and then the first thing they do is they immediately work out. Sometimes with 22 herself, and that's a good thing because you can see all the stuff, and it's like I had I got when she was first signed, I was like, this is an unbelievable signing, and I'm like, the only problem is that she can't stay off the tweets. She can't stay, as Stephen A. Smith would once say, for WNBA players, they should all stay off the tweet. If they can stay off Twitter, if that's the thing, if you can stay off Twitter and you're a Fever player, you're going to do well. You're going to do really, really well. But, yeah, obviously, she's done that. She's turned off replies. And with that being said, like, she is an unbelievable defender. Like, we can be honest here. She is an unbelievable defender. And at her peak, she's been one of the best top 5 defenders in the WNBA. And this is exactly what the Fever need. The Fever need defense on their bench. They don't need a scorer. They don't need somebody to go and take 20 shots a game. They don't even need someone to average 5 points per game. They literally need somebody that goes out there, knows their role, sets screens, rolls to the basket, shoots 50% on layups, can score a couple of fast break layups by just outrunning their matchup, gets rebounds, and block shots. That is what they need. And with Aaliyah Boston, her defense is up and down. Sometimes she's a good defender, sometimes she's non-existent on defense. And with Damaris Dantas, most of the time she's non-existent on defense. Sometimes, very occasionally, she can be a decent defender. And especially when you have someone like a backcourt where neither of them are good defenders. Like Kelsey Mitchell is an average at best defender. Caitlin Clark is below average on defense. And that is like being as optimistic as possible, saying Caitlin Clark's below average on defense. Having a Bree Turner there is going to help the team a lot. It really is, because Bree Turner can flat out defend, and it's a team that needs defense. And as long as she's fully bought into, playing ball, that's all that matters. So anyway, yeah, that is the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.